Spencer, my pincer. Spencer-licious definition, cockalicious. Spencer, Cornelia, I need you now. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belly. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a long-term boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And I need the help of Spencer Cornelia. Spencer, I am appealing to you. I am on my knees right now. You may think I'm in a car. I'm not. I'm on my knees begging you. Oh, please, Spencer. I need your help exposing one of the biggest frauds in YouTube finance. Now, you're not going to like this, Spencer, because I've already addressed this in another video, but you went on the Millennial Money podcast, which is fine. I understand you want to grow your channel. That's great. Even I would go on there to, debate Jeremy. But you went on there and you interacted with Graham Stephan, Andre Deek, and Jeremy Lefebvre. I believe he was sniffing butt cracks in the tattooed chef aisle. He wasn't there physically. But Spencer, look at what just happened to a stock called Voyager Digital. Now, I don't know if you're big into the personal finance sphere. I don't know how much you invest or whatever. But I get a vibe from your channel that you're big on exposing frauds, charlatans, and losers that claim that they can get massive returns and that charge people a lot of money to get access to their expertise. You just did a video recently on some sports betting guy. I thought it was pretty good. Now, Spencer, I got another video for you. This video is going to be about Jeremy financial education. Now, I know this may hurt your reputation a little bit, or, maybe you have some kind of relationship with Jeremy. I hope you don't. But if you do, you need to overcome that, because Jeremy is literally one of the biggest clowns on YouTube that has ever existed in the personal finance sphere. Let me tell you a little bit about Jeremy's backstory, okay? Now, I don't know if you know him very well, but his background is that he used to work at a gas station. He was a gas station manager. And then all of a sudden, he has these claims that he saved $200,000 by the age of 25 with a low-income job. Spencer, that he didn't do that, number one. I can tell you that for a fact because I've always been a massive saver. And back in the day, I made a ton of money, me and my ex-wife. And by age 25, I roughly had $200,000 saved. And this was me and my ex-wife making massive income and saving extremely diligently. Now, it's possible if you make a lot of money to save that much money. But Jeremy claims he made, $40,000, $50,000 a year? And somehow he had $200,000 by the age of 25? I don't believe it. I'm calling BS on that. And then Jeremy goes from this gas station manager with really no education in, finance or accounting. The only thing I know he did was to take at least one accounting course, which I don't even know what grade he got. And I can tell you can't analyze financial statements after taking one accounting course. I can guarantee you that. I know that. I'm a certified public accountant. Now, the next thing that Jeremy does is he opens this Discord/course where he charges people, or he used to at least, charges people different amounts of money for different tiers. So his rates ranged from, in the low thousands from what I remember. And I actually called their organization. And the guy told me, he said they charge between $1,000 something all the way up to $20,000 at their highest tier. And at the highest tier, you got like a portfolio review or two with Jeremy and yeah. Spencer, that is an outright scam. How dare this gas station manager, this fibber, this liar, charge people up to $20,000? And that's not the worst thing, Spencer. Jeremy claims, or at least his representatives claim, that Jeremy expects to get 70% compounded annual returns going forever into the future. Now, to keep that into context, I did a video where I said, okay, let's assume Jeremy invests $500,000 a year and he has a $10 million portfolio. By the time he's 62, he would have 80-something trillion dollars. Trillion. Probably wasn't that good. $1 trillion, Spencer. Is that a scam or is that a scam? The guy's full of crap. And on top of that, his representative and we have this on record. We have a recording of this. His representative claims that the average investor in their, in Jeremy's group gets or should expect to get 30% compounded annual returns per year. Keep in mind, Spencer, that is a better return than Warren Buffett has gotten. Do you see the scam a little bit, Spencer? Do you see the issue with Jeremy Financial Education? Now, on top of that, during the height of the speculative market that we recently had, and like I said, if you weren't tracking the stock market, basically we had the lockdowns for the virus. The government printed a bunch of money, gave out stimmy checks, child tax credits, unemployment, all sorts of madness, gave it out to people. People were able to use that money to speculate on highly unprofitable garbage stocks. Now, Jeremy, in all his wisdom, during the height of this mania, was buying 10, 15 stocks that were massively unprofitable and massively overvalued. And back then, I was making videos about this. I said, this guy is a charlatan. He is a fraud. He is a fool. And nobody listened to me because apparently all you have to do is buy highly speculative stocks after they went up, and then they just keep going up. Now, finally, the chickens are coming home to roost, Spencer. Look at what happened to Voyager Digital stock. So Voyager Digital is a crypto brokerage. I believe it's based in Canada. And Jeremy was all into this. And here's where it gets really dark. Really, really dark. And I have a video recording. I have evidence to show you about how bad Jeremy has acted. And his coach, Brian. So if you want to make a video, number one, you need to talk about Jeremy. And number two, you need to talk about Coach Brian. Now, how does Coach Brian fit into all this? Well, I'll be making a video tonight about this. But Coach Brian, I call him Ball Breath Brian. And I know that may sound like it's mean, but there's a good reason. So Brian is one of his coaches, and I guess he's a swing trader, or I don't know how he even describes himself. He trades like stocks and options, basically. And he had a separate offshoot inside of Jeremy's Discord. Now, Brian, I think, personally, I can't 100% prove this, I believe he was the beneficiary of a pump and dump for this Voyager Digital stock. So what Brian did is he bought a position. He bought some shares of this company. He then used his influence to promote this stock on some massive YouTube channels, including Jeremy's and including Meet Kevin's channel. And I'll show you in this video, and please watch it. In this video, you see that the CEO of Voyager appears on Meet Kevin's channel, and the next day, the stock rockets up massively. And then over the next, weeks, months, the stock has a massive explosion in price. Now, doesn't that sound a little fishy to you? Brian buys a position in this stock. And this company is fundamentally trash. It's based on people trading cryptocurrency. He buys a position. He uses his influence to have the company basically advertised on very large YouTube channels. That drives retail investors to pile into the stock, a massively overvalued, unprofitable stock. The stock skyrockets. Brian takes profit. And I have a video of Brian taking profit. Well, it's not him actually selling it, but you can actually see his profit and loss. And then, after all this mania, Voyager Digital has crashed ever since. And Jeremy was pumping this stock too. He made so many videos about Voyager Digital. It's the future, revenue, my avenue, yeah. Now, Jeremy has lost 96% of his initial investment, $250,000. Now, for a financial guru, that doesn't make sense to me. There's something very fishy. There's something rotten in the state of Nevada. So you need to do something, Spencer, okay? Jeremy, all he does is he pushes the most clownish stocks on people, and he's costing retail investors their financial futures. I'm not even exaggerating. If you suffer a 96% loss because you listen to somebody like Jeremy Financial Education, you're screwed. You will never, ever, ever recover from that. So please, Spencer, please watch the video I put out tonight about Ball Breath Brian, and you'll see the disgusting practices that Jeremy and his little coach buddy Brian have engaged in. And if you don't decide to make a video about it, I don't know, maybe you don't have time. I don't know. But at least acknowledge this, Spencer. At least acknowledge that Jeremy is, potentially perpetuating fraud. And he's basically a liar and a scumbag and a scoundrel. Please, Spencer, we need you. Somebody needs to confront this clown that actually has a huge YouTube channel. My channel ain't that big. I'm sure you've seen my subscribers. It ain't that big. Somebody that's large has to do it. And it's either going to be you, or maybe I'm going to have to appeal to CoffeeZilla. Somebody's got to break the story, man. Think about all the views you could get. Anyway, that's it, Spencer. Thank you for your time. I'm going to go back to work. I'm actually a loser. I have a job. I don't sell lies and false promises and insane returns. So I don't make that much money on YouTube, sadly. But, oh well. All right, man. Talk to you later. Cheers.